Hello and welcome to Chartbusters. Well, it's been a wobbly morning. The Nifty is down close to around 60 points odd. We're trading below the 200, the 100 as well as the 50 DMA odd mark. We're holding on to the 10,700 mark, but intraday we already breached that levels. But otherwise, plenty of accidents this morning. The Z Group stocks, you had India Bulls Housing Finance as well that was under some pressure. And Adani Group stocks, they as well have been all over the place. Some of them have recovered a goodish bit, as the Attica team is telling us. Hey, Mangala.
Hi Nigel, 5 stocks in the red for 1 in the green. So of course there are a lot of accidents as we speak. In fact, the biggest of them right now from the F&O space is Dish TV. That one should come up for you. The Z Group stocks, they were in focus. All the Z Group stocks opened in the green, but Dish TV is a bigger worry right now, down about 22% from the highs. Remember, this month itself, January 2019, if you must, the stock is halved, and that after falling more than 70% in the previous year. But as we speak, remember this is also expiry week. I was going through some options data. The 10,800 call, that one's witnessed a fair amount of selling. So the 10,800 call just in the first hour of trade adds about 11 lakh shares in open interest, and this is for all the contracts that expired this Thursday. The street perhaps believe the 10,850 mark could be difficult to breach given the 20 and the 200-day moving average at around that 10,830, 835. We'll keep an eye out on that. First up, all the top stories, and then we get cracking on individual stocks. Z surges in trade today. After losing 30% on Friday, the management tells in a conference call that they've agreed with lenders to not sell shares even if the value falls further. Deal with lenders covers Z and Dish TV, though Dish TV is down 22% from highs. Management also confirms that 60 basis points of promoters' stake has been sold by pledge holders on Friday. And on the strategic sale, management hopes that lenders don't breach the agreement and engage directly with buyers.
And one of the bright spots today is L&T. The stock, in fact, is trading in the green. The Q3 numbers beat on almost parameters. Strong execution leads to 24% revenue growth. Order book comes in higher than expected. The management tells CNBC TV18 the order inflows might beat the initial guidance of around 10 to around 12% by a small margin.
Maruti continues to be under pressure post the dismal third quarter results. CLSA cuts FY19 to 21 EPS estimates by 7 to 10% on account of lower volumes and margins. Retains their buy rating but cuts the target price. Citi too cuts their target on the stock.
Okay, all right. The markets are holding at around the 10,720 odd. Let's get in Ashwani Gujral. Well, Ashwani, I heard you around half an hour odd back. You said you'll refrain from taking a long position on the Nifty. At these levels, at around 10:30 a.m. today, what's the call now?
So you've taken all of 3 days to come from 10,950 to 10,700. So this is not your garden variety correction. You are standing at the lower end of the trading range, which if taken out, basically opens up another 250 points on the downside on Nifty, maybe 5 to 700 on the bank Nifty. And given these, all of these new issues which have come up, you may have a replay of October again. And if you are unlucky, maybe a bit worse. Because, these debt concerns, NBFCs, stocks falling 25, 30%, this does not happen in isolation. So now that sort of news flow is building up. So even if you haven't gone short till now, I think this is a good enough time to get short, and there's still meat of the move to come on the downside, particularly on the NBFC stocks and these groups which are in trouble. So right now, if you can, if you want to buy, you can buy the 10,700 February call, February put, and if we break this 10,680, 10,700, and given the kind of momentum we have on the upside, it's quite likely that would be a good trade, because the fall, only the first 3 days have happened, and once you get this kind of a rise or a fall from a boundary, there is generally follow through. Having said that, individual stocks, HDFC is a sell with a stop of 1970, target of 1900. ICICI Bank seems to be joining on the downside. That is a sell with a stop of 351, target of 355. And Wipro is a buy with a stop of 357 target of 372.
All right, Ashwani, take your point on the stocks. You're talking about February 10,700 put. If I may ask, which week of February? Because from February you have the Nifty weekly options starting as well. So any further clarity on that?
See, since you are buying puts, it's never a good idea to do weekly because the premium will vanish like that. I was talking about the monthly February put, and in fact, if you want to do a weekly, then maybe selling calls of say 10,800 may be a better idea.
All right. Thanks a lot for that, Ashwani. We will keep coming back to you through the course of the day. Meanwhile, just keep an eye out on all the public sector banks. The PSU Bank Index itself should come up for you at the lows of the day, led lower by the biggest of them all. We have SBI at the low point, Bank of Baroda, Bank of India and Punjab National Bank also follow suit at the low point of the day. What we do is take a short, we take a short break, come back and we focus on individual stocks as well as the markets as a whole, given the Nifty is down about 65 points now.